What's going on, guys? Murph's YT13 here, and we have a special little video for you today. It's FIFA 16. It's FIFA 16. It's the demo. It's the beginning of the beginning. It's alright. The demo isn't as exciting as when the game comes out, but I always look forward to this time of year because it's the beginning of FIFA 16 season. It's new FIFA. It's everything that everybody gets excited about. It's what everybody's waiting for. So I have some footage here of the women. I think this is absolutely fantastic that the women are in the game this year. It makes all the sense in the world. They've never been as big as they are right now, the women. It's all about women at the moment, and it couldn't be more deserved. These girls, they go out there, they smash it, they've got incredible skill. Some of them have been playing for 15, 20 years and haven't gotten any notoriety, but now they're getting the notoriety that they deserve, and it's absolutely 100% deserved. The US women's team is an absolute credit to sport, as are the Germans, as are the Aussies, everybody. And it's fantastic. It was probably all started to an extent by people like Ronda Rousey, who have really put women's sport and women's athleticism on the map. So it's about time, man. It is seriously about time that we start appreciating. And you can see there an absolutely filthy tackle. It happens in the men's game and it happens in the women's game, and that is El Capitan from Germany getting her marching orders early on in the game. See ya later, and out comes the magic foam. Boom. I love the aesthetics. I'm an aesthetics man. I absolutely love things that are realistic, and the foam looks awesome. It slowly fades. It doesn't just magically disappear. It slowly fades throughout the game as well. Just snipping it off the wall there, and a clearance, and we're about to see the first goal from the women's team. Alex Morgan, boom, just off the header, straight into the back of the net. Thank you very much. But as I was saying, women in football, very, very important. Women in sport in general, very, very important and very, very entertaining. If you listen to my Raw review, my wrestling review, I'm all about the divas, and I get quite hot about the divas and how they should be given a chance. This is absolutely no different. FIFA 16, now I'll get off my rant of talking about the women. That's all 100% absolutely deserved, and what an absolutely blinding free kick. I'm not really up to date with the names, but an absolutely fantastic goal nonetheless. And FIFA 16, we'll start to talk a little bit about some of the features, some of the things that I've noticed about the gameplay. I've noticed that the game has slowed down quite a considerable amount. It's a lot more brooding. It's a lot more about passing. It's not so much about having a quick team, which I absolutely love, because there's nothing more frustrating than coming up against someone who has this sweaty team. They've got Doumbia up front, they've got Aubameyang up front, they've got Remy up front, or someone like that who is seriously quick, and they just spam the through lob ball, and you find yourself outplaying them to a large extent, only to get beaten in the 85th minute by someone lobbing the ball over the top. Anyway, I'm hoping that is dead and buried in FIFA 16, because that is one of the most frustrating things that can happen in a game, particularly Ultimate Team. But Ultimate Team we'll get to in a minute. I've got some footage of the draft. For now, we're talking about the gameplay, offline gameplay, much like this, which is going to be fantastic. I really like the physical aspect of it. You can really feel the tackles. I feel like the one-on-one contests are absolutely fantastically built and well designed. The ball mechanics, the way it rolls off your feet sometimes, if you strike the ball in a certain way, it can go different directions. The US 3-1 over Germany, that looks pretty familiar. As we go now to the draft, and to my surprise, I got Cristiano Ronaldo. I've actually seen a couple of other draft videos where Ronaldo has popped up, but I was excited to get him nonetheless. And then we get Thomas Muller, so I throw Thomas Muller straight up front. and straight in there, and we see just a little bit of the building chemistry. If you're new to the game, that's good for you. I'm certainly not new to the game, but we'll talk a little bit about Ultimate Team now. Now, Ultimate Team isn't one of my favourite modes. As everybody probably realises about me, I'm more of a career mode person. I really enjoy building squads, and I really enjoy bringing in players, but I prefer to do it in a career mode setting as opposed to being online, because online for me is really, really frustrating, because A, I'm probably not very good at FIFA, and B, it's just an incredibly frustrating experience outplaying someone. It's exactly what I was talking about before. Outplaying someone, and because they have a faster team than you, they're able to beat you. But I really like the concept of the draft, because if you get into a league with your friends, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. So you pick your team, and you can only have one of the key players each, which I think is a great idea. It saves everybody from having the exact same team every single season, and I found that's another thing with Ultimate Team. Everybody's had the back four of Koscielny, Kompany, Clichy, Walker, and having Yaya Toure in midfield or something like that with Daniel Sturridge up front. Everybody's had that, so I really like the idea of the draft and being able to have a different team to your opponent all the time, because there's only one of each player, which I think is a great idea and a great innovation to actually install it into FIFA 16, because that's where everybody wants it. They don't want to have to make up their own league and these sorts of things. It's built into the game. It's going to help a lot of people out. It's going to help a lot of people on YouTube out, which is great. I'm always all for that, and as we have a look at that, we've mostly got Spanish league players, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo, Luka Modric, and Boateng, who I don't think he made it on the pitch, did he? No, he didn't. He didn't make it on the pitch, which is probably a little bit of an oversight, but we'll move on. You can see there the chemistry isn't great, but the rating is very high, so that's what I was all about. I was really just picking the highest rated players. As we head to a little bit of gameplay footage here. We've got Chelsea versus my Frankenstein of a squad, and it does not go well early as Matic rises above everybody else and nods at home. And as I say, I think the physical side of this game, I really want to see strong players be rewarded for being strong, not just being bean posts that people just run around because they're... Strength needs to be more looked upon favourably, as opposed to just being, well, he's strong but he's slow, so that doesn't make him a good FIFA player. Because strength in the midfield and you know, players like Matic, they're key to midfield battles. They win the ball and they spray it around. They have other value, and that's what I hope they instill in FIFA 16 more, is not so pace central. Let's actually make it about playing football and have a position for everyone. So have a position for a central defensive midfielder actually be a pivotal role, as opposed to trying to put someone like Remy Cabella there. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I've come up against teams in Ultimate Team that have Remy Cabella as a central defensive midfielder because he's fast, and that's the only reason. But Remy Cabella isn't a very good option at central defensive midfield. As we have a look at Cristiano Ronaldo hitting it and being tipped away by Courtois. Excellent effort there from Cristiano. But as I was saying, I want it just to be a little bit more realistic in terms of not being so speed-centric. And as I say that, I speed out and slot one to go level really late in the game. And as we will see, that will take us to penalties. I love the camera celebration. As I said, I'm an aesthetics man, and I'm all about people instilling things. One other little thing that I would really like to see, and it's a little tidbit, but I would really like to see when you're playing away, I would really like to see if you go, say, 3-0 up and you're at Norwich, and say I'm Aston Villa, as I always am. You go 3-0 up at Norwich, and the fans start to leave. I would love to see something like that instilled into the game. The fans starting to leave, they're all pissed off, they're filling the aisles, it goes quiet. I would love to see something like that. Just a little tidbit, just a little idea. let me know in the comments if you agree with me. Do you like little tidbits, or are you all about gameplay? I'm a little of both, but I really like the game to look good and feel real, so I'm all about aesthetics, and gameplay for me maybe comes a close second, because I am still in arcade mode. I'm still a little bit of a kid at heart, where I like back and forth action, but I also want some realism. So maybe let me know in the comments, would you rather the game look terrible but play really good, or play really terribly and look really good, if you know what I mean? Nobody ever wants the game to play terribly, but just let me know what you think of everything in the comments. And I just want to talk a little bit before we end here. As I've already mentioned in previous videos, Rise of the Whole 10 2 is coming back, and that's going to be a fantastic series, more in depth, multiple seasons. I've got more time to do it now. I started the first Rise of the Whole 10 at an awkward time towards the end of the season, so Rise of the Whole 10 2, be on the lookout for that. There might be a few little build-up videos as well, and my player career. I'll leave a question in the comments: what team should I start my player career with? I was thinking Melbourne City in the A-League, but now I'm starting to think that I want to leave it up to you guys. So if anyone cares, if anyone wants maybe even your team to be the team that I start with, I'm more than happy to do that. So be on the lookout for more FIFA 16 content. And as always, for Murph's YT 13, thanks very much for watching. Make sure you drop a like if you've enjoyed this video. If you're new, hit the sub button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one for much more FIFA 16 coming your way, and I'll see you later.